Hey kids! Today we're going on a fun adventure to learn about some amazing dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are super cool. They lived a long time ago and were all different shapes and sizes. Some dinosaurs were big, some were small, some walked on 2 legs and some walked on 4. Are you ready to learn about dinosaurs? Let's go! Ooh, look at this dinosaur. It's so big! This is a Brachiosaurus. Can you say Brachiosaurus? Brachiosaurus? Brachiosaurus has a really long neck. See, it goes way up high. It liked to use its long neck to reach the leaves on the tallest trees, just like you might reach for a cookie on the top shelf. What sound do you think Brachiosaurus made? Was it a roar? Or maybe a trumpet sound like an elephant? Maybe it was a brrr. Let's all pretend to be a Brachiosaurus reaching for the tastiest leaves. Brachiosaurus lived in the forest a long time ago. Can you imagine seeing a Brachiosaurus in your backyard? That would be amazing. What's your favorite thing about Brachiosaurus? I bet it's the long neck, right? Mine too. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. Look at this dinosaur. It has 3 horns. 1, 2, 3. This is a Triceratops. Can you say Triceratops? Triceratops? The name Triceratops means 3-horned face. Isn't that cool? These horns were not just for show, they had a very important purpose. Triceratops used its 3 horns to protect itself from other dinosaurs, just like a knight uses a shield. Imagine a big scary predator trying to attack, and the Triceratops bravely standing its ground, using its horns to fend off the danger. It also had a big frill around its head, kind of like a crown. This frill was not just for decoration, it helped protect the Triceratops' neck from bites. Some scientists think it might have also been used to attract mates or to show off to other Triceratops. What sound do you think Triceratops made? Maybe it roared loudly to scare away predators or to communicate with other Triceratops. Imagine the sound echoing through the prehistoric landscape. Maybe it went moo like a cow because it ate plants? Triceratops was a herbivore, which means it only ate plants. It had a beak-like mouth to help it pluck leaves and grasses, or maybe it made a grunting sound. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly what sounds dinosaurs made. But it's fun to imagine, isn't it? Let's all pretend to be a Triceratops using its horns to protect itself. You can stomp around and make your best dinosaur sounds. How would you defend yourself if you were a Triceratops? Triceratops lived in grassy areas where it could find lots of plants to eat. These areas were like giant salad bars for them, full of delicious greens. Can you imagine seeing a Triceratops in a field? It would be an amazing sight, like stepping back in time to the age of dinosaurs. It would be like a giant rhinoceros with 3 horns. Both animals have thick skin and a sturdy build, but Triceratops was much bigger and had that impressive frill. What's your favorite thing about Triceratops? Is it the horns, the frill, or maybe its size? There are so many cool things to love about this dinosaur. I bet it's the 3 horns, right? Mine too. Those horns make Triceratops one of the most recognizable dinosaurs. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. There are so many amazing creatures from the past waiting to be discovered. Wow, look at the spikes on the back of this dinosaur. This is a Stegosaurus. Can you say Stegosaurus? Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus is one of the most recognizable dinosaurs because of its unique features. Stegosaurus had plates all down its back, which were large and flat. These plates were not just for show, they had important functions. And spikes on its tail. These spikes, called thagomizers, were used for defense against predators. The plates on its back might have helped it to stay cool or warm, depending on the weather. They could have also been used to attract mates or intimidate rivals. And the spikes on its tail helped to protect it from other dinosaurs. Imagine a predator trying to attack a Stegosaurus and getting a nasty surprise from those sharp spikes. What sound do you think Stegosaurus made? Was it a loud roar or a gentle hum? Maybe it made a rattling sound with its tail spikes. The movement of its tail could have created a unique noise, or maybe it made a low rumble. This rumble could have been a way to communicate with other Stegosauruses. Let's all pretend to be a Stegosaurus with plates on our backs. Imagine walking around with those big, heavy plates. Stegosaurus lived in forested areas where it could find shade from the sun. These forests provided plenty of food and shelter. Can you imagine seeing a Stegosaurus in the forest? It would be an incredible sight, like stepping back in time. It would be like a walking, spiky mountain. The Stegosaurus was truly a majestic creature. What's your favorite thing about Stegosaurus? Is it the plates, the spikes, or something else? I bet it's the spikes, right? Mine too. Those spikes are so cool and make the Stegosaurus look like a dinosaur superhero. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. There are so many amazing dinosaurs to discover and learn about. Look at this dinosaur. It's covered in armor. This is an Ankylosaurus. Can you say Ankylosaurus? Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus was like a living tank. It had bony plates all over its body to protect it from other dinosaurs. It even had a club-like tail that it could swing at enemies. What sound do you think Ankylosaurus made? Maybe it made a clanging sound when it walked because of its armor. Or maybe it made a loud roar. Let's all pretend to be an Ankylosaurus with armor protecting our bodies. Ankylosaurus lived in rocky areas where it could find shelter and protection. Can you imagine seeing an Ankylosaurus in the mountains? It would be like a walking armored rock. What's your favorite thing about Ankylosaurus? I bet it's the armor, right? Mine too. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. Wow, look at this dinosaur. It's so long. This is a Diplodocus. Can you say Diplodocus? Diplodocus? Diplodocus was a giant herbivore, which means it only ate plants. Imagine how much it had to eat to stay full. Diplodocus had a long neck just like Brachiosaurus, which helped it reach high into the trees to munch on leaves. But it also had a super long tail. This tail was like a whip, and it could have been used to defend itself from predators. In fact, Diplodocus was one of the longest dinosaurs that ever lived. Some scientists believe it could grow up to 90 feet long. That's as long as 3 school buses. What sound do you think Diplodocus made? Maybe it had a deep, booming call to communicate with other dinosaurs. Maybe it made a whooshing sound with its long tail. Imagine the sound of the tail swishing through the air. Or maybe it made a low rumble, like the sound of thunder rolling in the distance. Let's all pretend to be a Diplodocus with a long neck and a long tail. Stretch your neck up high and swish your tail back and forth. Diplodocus lived near rivers and lakes where it could find plenty of plants to eat. These areas were like a buffet for this giant dinosaur. Can you imagine seeing a Diplodocus near a lake? It would be an incredible sight, like seeing a living bridge. It would be like a giant, gentle bridge. Just imagine walking under its long neck as it drinks from the water. What's your favorite thing about Diplodocus? Is it the long neck, the long tail, or maybe its gentle nature? I bet it's the long neck and tail, right? Mine too. They make Diplodocus look so unique and fascinating. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. There are so many amazing creatures to discover. Roar! Look at this dinosaur. It's the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex. Can you say Tyrannosaurus Rex? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex, or T-Rex for short, was the king of the dinosaurs. It had sharp teeth, powerful legs, and tiny arms. What sound do you think T-Rex made? That's right, a big roar. Let's all roar like a T-Rex. Roar! T-Rex lived in forested areas where it could hunt for other dinosaurs. Can you imagine seeing a T-Rex in the forest? It would be amazing and maybe a little bit scary. What's your favorite thing about T-Rex? I bet it's the sharp teeth, right? Mine too. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. Look at this dinosaur, it's so fast. This is a Velociraptor. Can you say Velociraptor? Velociraptor. Velociraptor was a small but speedy dinosaur. It had sharp claws on its feet that helped it to run really fast and catch its prey. What sound do you think Velociraptor made? Maybe it made a chirping sound like a bird, or maybe it made a hissing sound. Let's all pretend to be a Velociraptor running super fast. Velociraptor lived in desert areas where it could use its speed to chase after prey. Can you imagine seeing a Velociraptor in the desert? It would be like a super fast roadrunner. What's your favorite thing about Velociraptor? I bet it's the speed, right? Mine too. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. Wow, look at the sail on the back of this dinosaur. This is a Spinosaurus. Can you say Spinosaurus? Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus had a big sail on its back that might have helped it to regulate its body temperature or attract mates. It also had a long snout that it used to catch fish. What sound do you think Spinosaurus made? Maybe it made a splashing sound when it swam. Or maybe it made a trumpeting sound. Let's all pretend to be a Spinosaurus swimming in the water. Spinosaurus lived near rivers and swamps where it could hunt for fish. Can you imagine seeing a Spinosaurus in a swamp? It would be like a giant swimming crocodile. What's your favorite thing about Spinosaurus? I bet it's the sail on its back, right? Mine too. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. Look at the teeth on this dinosaur, they're so sharp. This is an Allosaurus. Can you say Allosaurus? Allosaurus. Allosaurus was a fearsome predator with sharp teeth and powerful legs. It was one of the largest meat-eating dinosaurs of its time. What sound do you think Allosaurus made? Maybe it made a terrifying roar, or maybe it made a hissing sound. Let's all pretend to be an Allosaurus with sharp teeth. Allosaurus lived in forested areas where it could hunt for other dinosaurs. Can you imagine seeing an Allosaurus in the forest? It would be like a giant, scary lion. What's your favorite thing about Allosaurus? I bet it's the sharp teeth, right? Mine too. Let's go see what other dinosaurs we can find. Wow, look, it's flying! This is a Pteranodon. Can you say Pteranodon? Pteranodon! Pteranodon wasn't actually a dinosaur, but a flying reptile that lived during the time of the dinosaurs. It had a huge wingspan and could soar through the air. What sound do you think Pteranodon made? Maybe it made a screeching sound like a hawk, or maybe it made a flapping sound with its wings? Let's all pretend to be a Pteranodon soaring through the air. Pteranodon lived near coastal areas where it could find fish to eat. Can you imagine seeing a Pteranodon flying over the ocean? It would be like a giant flying seagull. What's your favorite thing about Pteranodon? I bet it's the fact that it could fly, right? Mine too. Wow, that was so much fun. Dinosaurs are amazing, aren't they? We learned about so many different types of dinosaurs, from the long-necked Brachiosaurus to the speedy Velociraptor. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. See you next time.